Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of family, friends, and colleagues. I appreciate your support. More tracking regarding Superman. I did a video yesterday on how it crossed 400 million worldwide. Pretty good, but still some work to do. Superman now eyeing a 640 to 700 million global finish after second weekend of release. James Gunn's Superman is off to a flying start at the box office, earning over $406 million globally within its first 2 weeks, although its $125 million domestic opening came in on the lower end of early projections. Strong word of mouth and positive reviews have given the film impressive momentum. With a solid $57.3 million haul in its second weekend, the DCU's first official entry is holding steady and appears well on track to turn a healthy profit. The film's performance is shaping up to be a promising launchpad for James Gunn's new vision for the DC Universe. And also, to tag along with that news on Superman crossing 400 million yesterday, I talked about Lanterns and what the HBO CEO said about that, as well as James Gunn. Definitely going to be a very interesting series that I'm excited for. Diving into the numbers further, calculating a film's break-even point, a common industry rule is that it needs to earn roughly twice its combined production and marketing budget at the box office. This is due to the fact that studios generally keep only 50% of box office revenue, with the other half going to theater chains. As a result, hitting that 2 times benchmark is often essential for a film to turn a profit. By the way, my calculation is 3x, so that's how I basically measure the success of a film. While James Gunn stated that Warner Brothers would be happy with just a $500 million global finish, traditional box office math states that with a $225 million production budget and $100 million for marketing, its traditional break-even point would be about $650 million. I said personally that Superman needs to make $700 million plus at the box office in its theatrical run, just to look good as a success. Remember, it's all about perspective, ladies and gents, and perception. Man of Steel was really the benchmark, and that made about $672 million in its theatrical run. So like I said, an undisclosed benchmark, but I think that is the benchmark. So I said $700 million for Superman. I've said that on multiple weeklies. Go back and watch those in the catalog. It is good that they crossed that $400 million mark, but like I said, some ways to go. Movie's fine to me. I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed it. My review is there. You can look into that too. And like for the Fantastic Four, the same thing for Marvel. I believe that, you know, the benchmark I would like to see for the Fantastic Four First Steps is $650 million made at the box office, but I do think if Marvel makes about $600 million off of the Fantastic Four First Steps, they'll be happy with that, and they'll arbitrage it into Doomsday and Spider-Man 4 and all of that good stuff that they got coming out next year. Thankfully, the film now appears to be headed for an above-target number, according to several leading box office analysts. To shape the Superman box office debate with some useful context, it's tracking ahead of titles like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Dune Part 2, but currently trailing behind major hits such as Wicked, The Batman, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I think those are somewhat part of the metrics that they look at when they're talking about the tracking on where it's at second week. And there's quite a bit of other information here, which I think is very valuable, so I'll link that down in the description so you can read it for yourself. But overall, like I said, still some ways to go. Superman is doing well. It's showing that it has legs, right? Overall, brought in over $180 million on its second weekend. We're talking about worldwide numbers, not just domestic, ladies and gents. And so, yeah, I'm going to link this article down in the description for you. Please comment down below what you think about this article overall. Like I said, I shared my thoughts in between on what I think this film needs to make, but not a bad start overall. We'll see what the future holds. Like I said, I think Supergirl is going to be the first real test for this new DC Studios and James Gunn and Peter Safran and everybody there at Warner Brothers, but we shall see. Ladies and gents, please comment down below, like this video, share this video with some family, friends, and colleagues. Subscribe if you haven't as well. I definitely appreciate the support. Ring the bell for notifications, and be safe. It's Neff signing off.